thoughts. This bike is phenomenal. The setup, as long as you get the right size frame for you, is pretty spot on. Not like my old tri bike. I had to fiddle around with it a lot. The elbow pads would touch my legs a lot, and I felt like the top tube was much too long, and I had to slam the front end all the way on the saddle all the way forward to get somewhat of a comfortable position. But this one, saddle rails are in the middle, saddle mounts are in the middle, and still enough room on the top tube between femur and elbow to have a good pedal stroke. Everything seems totally good. Switched out to the carbon blue brake pads on the brake pads. Probably can't see it, but they're blue. And I probably just have to bring the saddle maybe 2 centimeters forward, or bring the arrow extensions 2 centimeters backward to just dial in my fit. So I probably won't have to go with the Guru Fit system because I'm feeling pretty dang comfortable already. Maybe I might raise the stack height and get the 2018 adapter, stack adapter, to add 20 more mils of stack height. Okay, so initial thoughts. This bike is awesome. I'm still getting used to, let me switch the angle. Shifting on this bad boy is pretty phenomenal. The Di2 shifts almost as silently and quickly than I can move. By the time I look at the chain or the front derailleur, it already moved. It's so fast. It's kind of mind-blowing. There's very little feedback, which I guess can either be a good thing or a bad thing. But so far, size small, I'm like 5'7.5", almost 5'8", and frame fits wonderfully. Yeah, cannot fault it at all, and feels really good. Wheels, the Super Team wheels, feel good. As you saw earlier, I just had to sand down the rim tape with sandpaper, but I mean, other than that, it's really good. And sprinting on this bike, frame is really stiff, like light years away stiff compared to my Kestrel Talon of 2009. And as you can see, there's a lot of gap between my handlebar and knees, so that's good, but not so far that it feels like I'm stretched out. It's like the geometry is really, really spot on, and holding 17 to 22 miles per hour is kind of simple on this bike. I almost feel like it's cheating. What else? The aero drink is really good. All I did was add lemon juice to the water to make it to get rid of that plasticky taste, but I didn't have any plasticky taste anyway, so it's good. And all I did here was the profile design stabilizer rubber bands over the tops, just to make sure that the aero bottle doesn't eject off no matter what. And yeah, quick fix, no problem. That was the only, that and the Di2, putting the heat sink on the Di2 to stop friction on the cable, to prevent the cable from severing inside the bento box. I did that already. And then yeah, the aero bottle stabilized. I might get the bigger aero bottle though. This 500 ml aero bottle is kind of small. Let me stop on the side here. Alright, let me roll over to the beach because I'm here at Disney Aulani, Ko'olina, over on the west side. Let me go roll over to the lagoon, get some shots, and talk about the bike a little bit more. Alright, and I'm at mile 13. So far so good. Everything's shifting very nicely. Alright, so let me talk a little bit about the bike in good lighting. So carbon S-bend aero bars, Dura Ace satellite shifters right here. Got some adjustable elbow pads right there. Bluetooth speaker, Garmin 510, usual suspects. Aero integrated water bottle, about 550 mLs. Aero bottle number 2. Bladed fork, not UCI legal because it is very wide and bladed. Integrated brakes, carbon fiber brake pads, and Super Team wheels, carbon brake track, giant stock PSL2 tires in 700 by 25, running both front and rear at 95 psi. Ultegra Di2 in the back, running 10 speed, although this bike is 11 speed. I think the person who sold me the bike didn't know they had a 10 speed cassette on there, but either way it shifts just fine. And the front, Shimano Di2 Ultegra with a mid-compact front chainring, 5236, and the back is a 1125. I've got some black no-name valve extenders, maybe that came with the Super Team. Physique tritone saddle with integrated bolts here to mount a bottle cage, CO2 canister, and a tube. Has a little hook here for T1, as well as running with the bike. Here you can hook your hand there. Tiny bento box right here, could fit about 6 gels, along with the Shimano Di2 charger in there. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw the photo of me wrapping the heat sink around the wire. Integrated stem right here. Only got 2 spacers on here, but I believe you can add 1 more spacer to raise up the stem just a little bit more, which I may or may not do. But I know the bag of goodies that came with the bike has 1 more of these, so I'm pretty sure the stem can be raised 1 more time. This is a size small, Pro 1 2016, black on black everything, and I use look pedals. What else? And there is 40 ml stack height, 20 10 10, The 2018 version has, I believe, 60 ml stack, so there's one more 40 that you could put, and with longer bolts with the 2018 model. What else? The bars feel like a 40, either a 40 or 42, definitely not a 44. And let's get the front width profile right there. That's what it looks like from the front. Everything is airfoiled, and the reason I have these rubber bands right here is the slow twitch forum did say that occasionally when you hit a uneven road or a pothole, the front bottle might eject off. So I just used the Profile Design Aero Drink rubber bands that came with my Aero Drink from years ago. Put it to good use, and I believe these are Dura-Ace. All it says is Shimano, but I'm pretty sure they are Dura-Ace, because I guess this and this should probably come as a set. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but that is my new bike. Let me get a back profile right there. That is the 2016 Giant Trinity Pro, and this thing on the bottom is some kind of aero fairing that blocks the wind from the brake, as well as a portion of the tire. So that's what that is. Alright, so rode a 30 miler. My position isn't fully dialed in yet, but it was very manageable. No back pain, no core pain, no shoulder pain, a little bit of wrist pain. That S-bend on the bike is definitely going to be a problem. As far as elbow pad height, it was okay. I could probably go a little bit higher, but don't have to. But the S-bend, definitely I do not like that S-bend. I would prefer the ski bend. So I've been looking at the dragtozero.com aero bars, as well as shims that can angle your elbows at a 20-degree angle, just like the British time trial champion. He rides this bike. And I forget his name, but he's on GTN getting interviewed. But he rides this bike with the Drag2Zero bar ends, the ski bend, as well as the angled elbow pads. Plus, I think my saddle is angled a little bit nose down. I like it to be totally level, because I felt like I was sliding on the nose way too much and putting too much pressure on my hands and forearms and elbows. But the position on the tritone on the nose of the saddle was super comfortable. Absolutely no problems there. Just wearing a regular kit and chamois, nothing fancy. The bento box kinda sucks. I can see why they changed to a different bento box for 2018. That big flap is a problem. When you're sprinting out of the saddle and sometimes your knees touch it, the flap will open, and probably whatever you had in there will eject out. So I'm probably gonna upgrade to the bigger bento box for 2018 and the bigger integrated water bottle on the handlebar for 2018. What else? Straw seemed kind of short for the integrated straw. Other than that, pretty cush ride with 95 psi in both tires. We're in front. Tires, can't fault the tires, no slips there. Nice and grippy, but low rolling resistance. Brakes were great with the blue carbon fiber brake pads from Super Team. I think it promises to be 4 times stronger than regular brakes, and I felt like it was. That seemed spot on. I did have one drop chain when I was climbing up a hill. I don't know if I was in the big ring or the small ring, but all of a sudden the chain fell off on the inside. Maybe my thumb hit the Di2 while I was sprinting up the hill. Can't really tell because it doesn't click and it's super silent, and maybe my thumb just grazed the low gear shifter, which caused the chain drop. Other than that, absolutely no chain problems. Sprinting in the bike was really good. I feel like the geometry is perfect for everything. My Kestrel, I had issues. It did feel odd at times. This one, not really. Body's getting used to the geometry fairly quickly. That is about it. Any questions about the Giant Trinity Pro 2016? Let me know. I'll try to answer it, or I'll take a look at my bike. It does have BB, I want to say BB86 integrated press fit. No creaks there, so I think I got a bomb-proof one. As far as registering my bike, I don't know if I'll register it. If I register it, I'll probably just keep the yellow ugly sticker in my wallet, because I don't want to stick a bright yellow reflective sticker on this beautiful bike. That is it. Thank you for watching, as always. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. And it's Friday, so the weekend's almost here. I'll probably be riding this next at the Sunday morning coffee jam. Yeah, okay, that's it. Other than that, what did I wanna... I know there was a couple things. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the rear, taking off the rear wheel. Does anyone know if there's an easier way to do it? Because I get into the small chain ring, smallest cog in the rear, and since there's horizontal dropouts in the back, it is really odd taking the chain on and off the cassette without touching the chain. Seems like you have to touch the chain in order to take this wheel on and off, which kind of sucks because my road bikes of yesteryear, you didn't have to do that. So I can kind of understand why they did that, because it just makes the rear wheel more secure with no matter what power you put out on it. But it is a hassle to take it on and off, to be honest. And changing the brake pads on a bike with the brake caliper on the bottom is super difficult. If you're not comfortable with changing brake pads on normal positioning, you will be super frustrated changing brake pads on a bike like this. So just a heads up, it's not user friendly, but it is super awesome when it does work. That's my first impression. Gearing 1125 with a mid compact in the front, great for rolling hills and sprints. Climbing, I would say no, not so much so, but this is not a climbing bike, so fair play there. I will probably put a water bottle in the back as well. So that's the updates. Okay, that's my first impressions. Bye bye. Aloha.